Hey guys, this is going to be a review of Rain Season 3, Episode 6, Fight or Flight. This episode actually had me so excited because I've been talking a lot about all of these things I wanted to see in Rain, and in my last review I talked about how, with Francis's death, a lot of those things were probably going to become bigger issues, and they are, and I'm just really excited because now we have Mary having to figure out where to go. She has to figure out if she's going back to Scotland. She had a whole thing this episode about how she's lived in France since she was 6, and so France is really her home, and I've talked about that before and how I wanted that explored more, and I'm really excited that that's being addressed and talked about, and I'm really excited with just this whole storyline about where is Mary going to go, and is she going to go back to Scotland. It's really kind of complicated because I am sad that Francis is dead. I really am, and I'm sad that he's off the show, but at the same time I'm just so excited about all of these things that Francis's death are leading to, that I'm also happy he died from a storytelling point of view, because I'm just so excited to see how all of this plays out and what Mary does and how long she stays in France. I'm assuming, since they do somewhat seem to be following history, loosely following it, but still at least somewhat following the timeline, I do assume that she'll wind up back in Scotland at some point in time. And when she does, it's going to be so interesting to see what they do with that, since so much of the cast is going to have to stay in France, and I'm just really excited to see what they do. In addition to all of that, in this last episode we got some stuff with Catherine and Mary, where Catherine is just acting so much like a mother towards Mary, and she's consoling her and giving her advice, and you can tell that she wants what's best for Mary, and she tried to keep Mary from helping her even though Mary was trying to help her, because I love that so much after so long of Catherine kind of acting like Mary was her enemy, even though we knew that Catherine had basically raised Mary. I really love this episode for showing how close they really are, and how much Catherine does care for Mary. I just really loved that part of the episode. It might have been my favorite part of the episode. Charles, although he annoyed me at first, is growing on me as a character. He doesn't annoy me as much anymore. He's acting a lot more mature, which is good considering he's king, even though he doesn't really have any power right now. And so I'm glad that I'm liking him more as a character. And Claude and Leith were back in this episode. I feel like it's been a while since we've seen them. I'm not really sure what the last episode that their feelings for each other was really addressed was, but I feel like it was a while ago. But that was addressed again, and I am still kind of on the fence. I don't really know, it's definitely happening at this point, obviously, after this episode. That's going to be a thing, and I don't know if I'm happy about it. I don't flat out despise it. It's not like Lola and Narcisse, who I really hate together, but I still kind of want Leith and Greer together, even though they haven't interacted with each other at all in a really long time. I'm having a hard time letting go. So I don't know how I feel about Claude and Leith still. I don't think that they're bad together, but I'm not really gung-ho about them either. Speaking of Lola and Narcisse is just such a terrible person, and I can't stand him, and because of that I can't stand him and Lola together. And this is another one of those things, like Francis' death, where I feel really bad for actually being really pleased with how Lola and Narcisse storyline is going, just because you can tell that there's about to be some serious issues in their marriage, and that makes me happy because I hate them together so much, and all I want is for them to split up, which I feel terrible for, because I just feel like a terrible person for being oh, I want your marriage to go down in flames, but I hate Narcisse. Like, Narcisse is such a terrible person, and he's done all of these things, and he's like manipulated Lola and everything, and I feel like the things that Narcisse has done should make it like infinitely easy for Lola to get an annulment, in my personal opinion, because I mean, he never tells her the truth about anything. He's tricked her all of these times about all of this stuff, and I just hate their marriage and them together. And Narcisse, I hate Narcisse so much. I actually don't really know what to say about Elizabeth that much right now, but I feel like I should mention her. I still really love her storyline, and I really love Elizabeth as a character, and she kind of really like, I don't know how I feel about the storyline in this particular episode, because she's really kind of really doing a lot of very manipulative things to get like Dudley back, and at this point I kind of feel like she should let it go, but I don't know how I feel about her storyline. I really love Elizabeth as a character, but I like her in the story more when she's more concerned about like, well, Mary, because like that's the main storyline, obviously, because Mary's the main character. But I wasn't as excited about her storyline in this episode as I have been in past episodes. But I think that's all that I have to say about this episode. Like I said, I'm really excited with what they're doing with the show, so I'm really excited for not next week's episode, because there's not going to be a new episode next week, but the episode the week afterwards. I'm so excited to see what happens, and I will see you guys later. Bye.